Alrighty, Lumberjacks, welcome back to another single-player episode, and as I promised, this is going to be the surprise episode, where you get to see what the big surprise is. You ready for this? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Oh, yes. There we are. Introducing the new Griffin helicopter. This is a forestry helicopter with line ability, so you can hook on loads and fly away. So granted, the sucker is still in beta testing. I've literally just finished it kind of last night, but I have done a few test loads with it, and it seems to work pretty darn good. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this guy. I went and found a model for this exact type of forestry helicopter that they use here in Canada. We've obviously renamed it for copyright purposes, so it's called the Griffin. This is also based off of Lambo mods. That guy is awesome. He gave me the scripts and the base stuff, and he said build it up, so we finally got it all in working order. It was a lot of work getting it all together and trying to balance it out and make it work, but I'm really happy with the results so far, and I'm excited because we get to test it out this episode, so that'll be fun. So expect to see some crazy stuff, because this guy, like I said, is still very much in beta. There's lots of stuff that I'm sure will go wrong, and I'm so excited to do it. So yeah, pretty awesome. So here we are, cockpit land. What's really cool is just being able to simply fly in this game. I mean, I've heard about helicopters, I've heard about airplanes, all that kind of stuff, but I never really looked at them. So I've gone in and I've re-scripted it, redone the physics. I even went into the levitator script that comes with it, and I spent hours in there screwing around trying to find kind of the perfect balance and weight balance. And this one actually seems to fly pretty good and balance out pretty good. So I think just before we start actually doing some logging, I'm just going to take a little fly around. I put this little weird camera on the bottom here for doing loads, because once you get a load on, it's really hard. In real life, you could probably look out this window and lean into it, but in this game, you can't really lean, so it's kind of unfortunate, but that's life. So now, with this thing, we're going to be able to do some crazy logging, because we'll be able to go anywhere we want on this map, pull loads out, pile trees. I'm really excited to play with it. I did some really light testing with it kind of over the last while, building it with loads and stuff, so we're really going to test it to its max and find out what its abilities are. I'm so excited about this. This is one of the more interesting things I've done in a while. So, I don't know. I think people are going to have a really good time with this. I've seen a few forestry helicopters, but nothing quite that fits my FDR logging standards, so I think this will be fun. So, the whole reason of the last episode is I wanted to cut up a patch kind of for us to land. So, in multiplayer, I've been testing with my buddy Colin, and in multiplayer, what'll happen is he can be on the ground down there, I can fly over, and all he has to do is hit B and hook on the logs, and then I can fly away with him. Now, there's a little bit of a glitch in multiplayer right now, and I'm not quite sure what causes it, but only the person hosting right now is able to be the helicopter pilot, and then the other guy can only assist. So in this case, I do not have an assistant for doing this, so I'm just going to land this sucker. Not too close, you don't want to be too close to the pile, so we're going to get that one right behind us here. So we're going to put you down there. Then all you got to do is go up to your load that you want to haul and hit B to hook on. Actually, let's connect in the middle and then out from the middle. So B, 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 and B. Then what you want to do, it's kind of a glitchy line through the back, but once you fly above, it's a little bit better. So then what you want to do is you can winch it up if you want by hitting B and tap Z just to know it's winched on. Then you want to just fly straight up, so that's why this camera comes in handy. Just like real life. Fly up so your load's sitting there nice. Now, the only thing about this helicopter, because the game's physics are... Oops, did I just drop the load? Oh my goodness. Am I still hooked on? Oh, I am. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. I think I hit X and I pulled it. Oh, there we go. It's got a really fast winch on it too, so excuse that. I put a really fast winch on it so that if you do accidentally drop your logs, you can just whip them back up again. So we'll get these nice and high here. So you want to fly it, you know, decently high. You don't want them really dragging on the ground for the first bit. Now, when you're actually flying this thing, right now I might reduce the speed on it, but I have the speed pretty high, so if you really give her, what'll happen is, here if I can zoom out far enough, so the logs will fly kind of nice, but then they kind of pivot and fall down. And then if they get ahead of the chopper, they kind of throw your helicopter off kilter like that. Which is kind of realistic. I was watching a bunch of actual, like, real logging helicopter videos, and if you're not careful with the way you with the way you actually fly, I've seen those helicopters where it whips around and so does the helicopter come with it. So what you can do is I just kind of like tap W really lightly if I want to just be really gentle about the incoming load, if I don't want them swinging. Of course, if I just step on it, then it really creates like a space, and then it swings really far. So you can just take it really nice and easy if you want. So what I'll generally do is get it kind of into a swing as I'm dropping, so then as it swings, it should tap the ground here. There you go. Well, that was a bad example. Hold on. It's because some of my trees are smaller there, so it should balance out. There we go. Okay, so now the trees are kind of on the ground, so what I'll do is drag it right up to the block with the trees touching the ground. And then just like real life, the actual helicopter pilot can disconnect the load, so you just do Shift B, and it just drops the logs right there. So from this view, you can kind of see they're close to the pile. You might need to do a little bit of piling with your loader. But I mean, we just cleared those trees out of the bush. That was pretty cool, right? I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool. I forgot to set my timer on this episode too, so this one's gonna be a little bit long. I forgot to even stop it from the last video. There we go, perfect. Alright, so back into the bush. And like I said, right now all I can do is get out of the chopper, so I do actually have to land it to pick up the logs. So right now I do have to land it and grab the logs. I am planning on, I haven't even touched it yet because I just finished this and I was really excited about it, but I am planning on trying to do like a grapple for it, so you can just use the grapple head and grab the logs however you want there. It's better to land on flat here if you can, but we can get as close as we can, it's all good. Which bunch do we want to grab? Let's grab this bunch. It's got a pretty long line connect on it, so you can go pretty far. I'm adjusting those a little bit too, so it's not too far, but I mean, in real life, the distance between the logs and the helicopter is pretty ridiculous, so if you go watch like heli logging videos on YouTube, you can see how far the actual distance is. So that's probably a realistic distance of what they are in real life. There's a pretty big gap between the load and the helicopter, which is understandable. I mean, you want to be pretty far away from your load, right? So we're going to fly this one a little fast. It's going to screw us up a little bit, but we're going to do our thing. So what I got to do is go around this lake here, and then we'll have a straight shot back at it. So you see, if you really give her, they kind of spin around out of control. So you kind of got to plan your attack a little bit. And then what you can do is, once you do get to the landing and you're nice and stable, in theory you can just gently lower it. I'm going to switch to this view, which kind of has a really wide FOV, so you can really see what's going on. Oops, so this is kind of the part where you got to figure out your timing on it here. So that's not so bad. That's pretty much right in there, and just hit Control or Shift B and drop them. So we landed them pretty darn close to where those other ones were, and that's kind of the name of the game. Oh man, it's so cool to be able to do this. I can't even describe how neat this is. Like, it just blows my mind. So yeah, I like it that it has a fast speed. Like, it'll go up to 100, but I might cut it down so it literally can't go faster than a certain amount. Just because stability mostly. Like, I like it to be at least partially stable. See, now multiplayer, which I'm going to be doing another live stream on here soon. It might come out before this. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure the promotional video and all that will come out before this video, so maybe this won't be a surprise at all, but it's a surprise to anybody just tuning in, so that's good. So we're going to hook on all of these ones, I think. Yeah, that's good. Grab these, and that, and this, and that. Well, that's a big load. So you got to be careful with the weights. I'm not sure. I haven't really like stress tested this guy to the max yet, so I'm not sure what it can really take. But we're going to find out. I know it can handle quite a bit, but you got to be careful with that too, because then when the weight gets too extreme, it gets a little iffy too. So we're going to go back around this way. So we're doing like 90 kilometers an hour, and it creates kind of a whipping effect that you got to be careful with, because then the load gets ahead of you, and your helicopter wants to go kind of sideways. Which again it's not unrealistic, because like I said, I've watched those videos of those guys hauling that coastal stuff, and it's crazy. That stuff just whips around. We're gonna try to get this as close as we can here. So I try to let it touch the ground so I can drag it, just like that, because I'd actually prefer to drag it in. But if you're not getting the height you want, then you just lift yourself up a little bit, you know? It's just like skidding, but from a helicopter. It's just a lot more crazy. And right about a little bit more. Try to get as accurate as possible here. Right about there. Boom. Pretty cool. But now we can clear a block way faster than that skidder can. We can just grab these big bunches and fly them right out of the block. And like I said, there's all that stuff in between, which is almost cool that happened, because now it's almost like we're doing remote logging. It's almost cool the forest grew in, because I'm like, oh man, now I'm gonna have to try to cut all this out. I won't be able to get any wood out. But totally the opposite, because now we're able to just fly in here in this remote area. It looks like we just flew a buncher in basically and dropped it off. So that's something else I'd like to do, be able to hook onto the buncher and drag it out there. That might be something we'll look at in the future. I don't know. I know Lambo's got a few things that actually haul equipment, like trucks and stuff. So I might look at some of his scripts to see if we can find something for hauling the buncher out of there too. So let's hook these ones on real quick. I'm going to pull it up to this one, I think. And we'll take all of them here. So let's just... What's the nice thing is you can winch it along and then hook it onto this one. Might be a little bit of an iffy pull, but we're going to try it. Try not to cut your head off on the routers when you go by. Alright, let's see what happens. So you want to get kind of above your load. If you feel it's pinned against trees, the cool part is you don't really have to worry about pinned trees anymore, because you're just flying it out of the block, so. And third person is definitely the easy one. Like first person, you can't see anything. I'd love to have like a camera or something, but yeah, there's nothing for the time being. Nothing that works yet. Now it gets a little bit of whipping motion. So yeah, it's all about smooth flying. So if you find that your load's like whipping around, just slow down, let it settle, take your time, no rush. Unless you're in a rush, then, you know, that sucks. So I let it tap, and then drag. And then if you find that you're too low to the ground, like you're dragging too low, just left mouse button raises you up just a little bit there, just so you can get it kind of above your pile. And then just drag it right on in there, just like that. Nice and smooth and drop. Boom! Look at that! I can't believe the pile we're making already. Look at this. And now you can do that with this whole block. Like, that's so much easier than skidding it. Skidding it takes forever. You know what I want to do? Oh, let's do a stress test. This is good, because this is actually, you know, oops. Oh jeez. We need a thumbnail for this video, so we better grab one here. Actually, you know what? The stress test will be... Hold on, that'll be our thumbnail too, just for fun. I used to just grab thumbnails after the videos after, but they look kind of horrid quality, so I like to take pictures of them now. Oops. Ah, easy there, Shinzo. Okay, so we're going to stress test. We're going to grab a whole bunch of wood here. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if this helicopter can handle this much weight, but we're going to try it. In real life, you'd never want to add this much weight, or the thing would fly over and you'd have one dead pilot. So you got to be really careful. Should we... I don't think I'm going to take it all. I think that's way too much. That already is a lot. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. This is getting dumb. We shouldn't be lifting this much wood. Okay, so I gotta drop the line. So if you hit X, it allows the line to just kind of go out. So like I said, you want to get a decent distance between you and the load itself. I can already tell this is going to be a problem. Okay, and then hit Z to zilch up on the line there. Oh, I might not be able to here. Hold on. Uh-oh. What's going on? I think that was too much weight because my downforce was literally pulling it up. So don't connect that much weight. I figured that was a bit of a push. So luckily the game's physics stop you from being too stupid with this thing. That's good. Because if not, it'll probably just fly into wilderness. I was like, why is it still going up? So let's try that again. Oh no, we're still hooked onto those logs somehow. Hold on. I don't think I can pull that, can I? That's too much weight. I think we literally just broke the helicopter because it's not actually even winching now. Hold on. Let's see if I can just land it here. Can I disconnect it still? Let's see here. Which one's it connected to? Where's the main log? Can't see anything. There's too many bushes. There we go. I think that's all of them. Oh no, it's still connected somewhere. Oh, this one's the main one. There we go. Okay, so let's not take that many logs because that was a catastrophe. Let's grab that one, that one, that one, that one. What's that, 4? Let's grab 5 logs. That should be more. Oops, I have to tab through everything because I accidentally hit tab. This happens when you do too much testing for too long. Okay, so I should be able to handle that. There we go, that's alright. That's still a lot of weight though. I can feel it in the helicopter while I'm pulling up here, so we'll see. There we go. Actually, you know what? We can't have a thumbnail on this one because it's the big surprise video. If I put a thumbnail showing what it is, it won't be a surprise. Huh? I'll just put like a gift box or something as the thumbnail. Because that'll be cool. I love how I tell you guys what I'm going to do for my thumbnails. You must just love that, hey? So this load's already way too close to the machine. So what I'm going to try to do, I don't know, this might be a catastrophe. So I'm going to hit X to let the line free drop, and then I'm going to hit Z. Oh. So X to free drop a bit, and then hit Z to grab it. I'd like there to be at least that much distance that you're seeing right there between the chopper and the load, because it's actually a lot more stable the more space you have between it. If you have it really close to the chopper, it seems to not act very happily. So here we go again with our special camera. So you get a little bit of whip. The closer that load is to this helicopter, the worse of a whip you get from the load, which is really annoying. Oh, I just realized we're a little... Oops. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, we're good. Whoa, easy, easy there, Thunder. And this will take... Oh, it looks really cool from up here, doesn't it? Actually, that'd be a good screenshot right there, just for fun. And we want to shift B. There you go, drop it. All right, that looks good. How are we doing for time? We still on par? Oh, we're catching up here. We're probably right at the 15. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna park this bugger. We're gonna find a nice little meadow to park it in over here for the time being. Any clearings? This is kind of clear on this lakeside here. We'll put it down. Then when we come back in the next video, we're gonna have a nice pile of wood to cut, so that'll be good. Me and my buddy Colin just filmed a whole bunch of footage of this thing flying around, me and him, and I think the video is going to turn out really good. I'm going to mix it with some music, make it all promotional and badass. I think it'll be really good. So if you guys already saw that video by the time this one comes out, I hope you enjoyed it, because it took a lot of time for us to do that. But it was fun. So the ground seems bigger than it was up there, so let's go park over here. Oops, as I run the tail through stuff. Oh, we'd be dead by now, for sure. Let's park it right here, right in the middle of this section right here. Kind of in the water, but not really. So let's shut her off. But yeah, dude, that thing is so cool, man. I am so happy that it's finally a thing. I don't know. It's a big accomplishment. I mean, come on, man. And you know, I don't take credit for the scripts themselves. Whoever made the helicopter script, that guy's the bomb right there. That thing is so cool. But just being able to make it into a logging thing that actually works, oh man, it's so cool. And look at this. Look at all these loads we brought here. Look at this. That is way more wood than we brought in with the skidder in literally a quarter of an episode. Like, insane production. Now we just got to be able to process it as fast, but... And then we'll have these crap tons of piles. And man, we're going to be logging like crazy here pretty quick. So in the next video when I come back, what I'll probably do is just start processing, because we got a lot of catching up to do here. So yeah, should be good. So if you guys liked the video, leave a like. If not, we'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.